Thank you everyone for having me. I guess that's pretty loud here. So before I tell you about our organization, I'd like to set the stage. How many of you own your own home? Raise your hands. Congratulations. I'll bet all the money in my right pocket, and I work for a nonprofit, so there's a lot of riding here, that before you owned your home when you were a renter, that you didn't really pay that much attention to real estate policy, or that you weren't really interested in investing in that rental space. And maybe all you really cared about was how much you were paying for rent. But then actually once you owned your own home, things changed. You cared about it, you invested in it, you cared about the policy. And that's the lesson of ownership and investment that we need to be able to deploy renewable energy. You've heard last night that the German population, 80% of them, support the great energy transition. What you may not know is that over the 35 years of investment in Germany in renewable energy, that the largest block of investment didn't come from hedge funds, didn't come from energy companies, didn't come from government. It actually came from individuals, co-ops, and communities. The reason why they're demanding more energy, renewable energy, is because they're investors and owners in it. And that's what we do at TREC. So TREC, Toronto Renewable Energy Co-op, started in 1998. The idea was to incubate renewable energy co-ops as a vehicle for community asset ownership. They helped put up the first urban wind turbine in Canada, which was a joint venture between Toronto Hydro and Windshare Co-op, which was the co-op they incubated. And now we've expanded our services. We offer fee-for-service support for other renewable energy co-ops and organizations in social finance, whether that's administrative, member management, social finance back office services. And then we also have a sister charity, TREC Education, where we educate a ton of kids from grade 5 to high school on renewable energy. One of our greatest success stories is SolarShare. I'm the general manager of SolarShare. There's our mission. We're one of Canada's leading solar co-ops, and we build solar projects. We lease commercial rooftops or empty fields, install solar panels on them, sell that electricity to the government for 20 years under feed-in tariff contract. But we offer the opportunity of local citizens to then invest in those projects. We went to market with an offering of 5-year, 5% bonds, which in this interest environment is fantastic. And so far we've built about 30 million in solar projects. We've raised 10 million in solar bonds from about 900 of our members. Recently, since we've actually cracked the RSP nut, which for those who are not from Canada, RSP is like a tax-efficient savings vehicle through which most Canadians invest. So since then, we've been featured in the National Post, on CBC, and the Globe and Mail, and we've been getting $100,000 checks in the mail without people even talking to us and being like, I want to invest, I want to align my investment with my values, and still have a good return. So here is our model. So the highest risk in developing renewable energy projects tends to be in the construction phase. So we have a private pool of capital, which is now called Community Power Capital, so some high net worth individuals who also want to invest according to their mission and values. We use that to build the projects, and then we refinance them using our solar bonds and long-term debt. And then that frees up our capital to build more. And that model is great because it positions our solar bonds as lower risk. It's also how we actually made it RSP eligible. And now we've actually really got to enjoy a huge trend in the finance industry, which is called impact investing. So we see institutional investors and foundations looking, again, for returns, but also environmental and social returns. Here are some of the organizations that have invested in us. And then what's next for us? So now that we've proven this model of local ownership and local investment, we're looking to go national. Canada having our different provincial jurisdictions and regulations, it's a bit of a process. We're also looking at investing in international projects. The feed-in tariff program in Ontario probably only has about 2 years left in it, at least on the solar side, so we're starting to look abroad. Another area that we're really excited about is energy efficiency, which was talked about a lot today. Again, with the impact investing and crowdfunding model coming together, I think there's a huge opportunity here. You've heard about how solar panels, decreased in cost 70%. But really what that did is that made the business case. That didn't make it scalable. What made it scalable was standardized business models, templates, and de-risking procedures to basically bring finance to the table. We see energy efficiency as the next step there. And so we're looking to formalize community power capital as a place to do the construction financing. And then we're also working with CoPower, which is an online investing platform for the takeout financing, similar to the solar share model. And that's it for me.